All right, welcome back. We're going to continue with our lessons on surface area. You should have already seen the videos that deal with surface area of rectangular prisms and triangular prisms. Now we're just going to kind of continue that. So our central question is, how can I calculate the surface area of prisms and pyramids? So if you'll go ahead and copy this essential question down, please, in your notes. And remember, as you're going through these notes or these videos, please pause the video, stop it if you have questions, rewind if you need to, all that good stuff so that you get everything. So our central question is, how can I calculate the surface area in prisms of pyramids? If you'll recall, when we talked about volume, volume refers to the inside portion, how much liquid a container can hold, how much liquid a prism can hold, a pyramid, whatever the shape is, or whatever the figure is. Surface area refers to the outside surfaces, like you're wrapping a present. How much wrapping paper would be needed to cover a particular box? That is what surface area is. So, as we continue on, it's going to be related back to digits 22-3. So, we're going to talk today about surface area of pyramids. So, if you will go ahead and title that surface area of pyramids. And if you will label it, and then a couple questions here. What do I need to know to understand surface of pyramids, or surface area of pyramids? There are several new phrases here that you probably have not heard of really. The first one is slant height. Slant height refers to the altitude of any lateral faces of the pyramid. Then we have what's called lateral surface. It's the area of the faces not including the base. So I'm going to kind of take these in two different phases. Let me first of all talk about the slant height. If you will notice here, we have this black line going down through the center of that face of the pyramid. You'll notice that measurement where that meets the base of that pyramid, it forms that right angle. That refers to the slant height. So this black line that's going straight down the middle of that face that forms that right angle, that is called your slant height. So this right here is the slant height. All right, so that is our slant height. The lateral surface area, I'm going to kind of color this a different color for now. The lateral surface area, or lateral surface, refers to the area of that entire face. So that left side would have a lateral surface area. This front face would have a lateral surface portion. The right side over here, and the back part that you cannot really see, that refers to the lateral surface. It's the face of the pyramid going up, except it is not the base. So it's that whole particular side right here. So it's that whole section right there. And of course, on this particular pyramid, this is a rectangular pyramid, there would be four faces that you would look at their lateral surface. But that's enough of that, so let's just kind of move on. So what I do want you to do is make sure that you do understand what slant height is. All right, so we have a formula. So what is the formula for surface area? The formula that we're going to use for surface area, first of all, talk about the question is, what is the formula to determine the surface area of pyramids? The formula we're going to use is surface area, or SA, equals 1/2 uppercase P times the cursive L plus the uppercase B. And remember, whenever you have an uppercase letter in one of these formulas, it refers to some other kind of formula that you would substitute in. So the perimeter of the base is either going to be a square or rectangular base, or it's going to be a triangular base. Okay? The area of the base, same thing. The base is either going to have a square rectangular base or a triangular base. So we would have to substitute in that particular formula. So our formula is 1/2 uppercase P times the cursive L plus the uppercase B. that is the formula for the surface area of a pyramid. All right, so let's work through this particular one. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy down the formula. Formula for a surface area pyramid is 1/2 uppercase P times L plus uppercase B. Now the P represents the perimeter of the base. And let me turn the screen on and off. All right, so the P represents the perimeter of the base. The uppercase B represents the area of the base. So if we look at this particular pyramid, it says, what is the surface area of the square pyramid? So the first thing I want you to do here is let's first of all copy down the formula. Let's copy down the information over here. And then, to the best of your ability, copy down this pyramid. And then as we continue working, if you'll copy down the steps to solve for the surface area of this particular pyramid. Okay? So what is the surface area of the square pyramid? Whenever we're dealing with pyramids, the base of the pyramid is what classifies it. So it says it's a square pyramid. So what that means is that the bottom of this pyramid is the shape of a square. And as we all know, a square has 4 equal sides. So what does that mean? It means that if this side is 12, that means each side of that base is also 12. So our perimeter over here would be 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12, because there are 4 sides. If we add that up, 12 plus 12 plus 12 4 different times, or another way of doing it is 12 times 4, if I could write an equal sign, that would give us 48 feet. Now, let's figure out the base, the uppercase B. We know it's a square, so the formula for the area of a square is length times width. Our length is 12. Our width is 12. So if we multiply those together, we get an area of 144. So 144 feet squared is our uppercase B. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take all that, and then all we're going to do is substitute it in. And before we do that, let me go ahead and figure out what the cursive L is. Remember, the cursive L is your slant height. And the slant height refers to this line that goes straight down the face that forms a right angle with the base. So if we look at this, we have this green line right here. That green line, of course the marker's not working again. That green line forms that right angle down here. So what we're going to have is our slant height is 10 feet. And now that I have everything taken care of, all I have to do is substitute it into the formula. Now, this formula is very simple. It's what you do with the formula where students make mistakes. So let's just substitute everything in to start with. My uppercase P, the perimeter, is 48. The slant height, the cursive L, is 10. And my uppercase B, the base of it, has an area of 144. Now, a common mistake is with this 1/2 right here. A lot of students, for some reason, they want to multiply. In this case, they think we have to multiply 48 times 10, add 144, then divide it by 2. But what we're going to do is we actually take half of this part right here. So what I'm going to do, first of all, is I'm going to multiply 48 times 10. 48 times 10 is 480. So when we take half of 480, you get 240. Add that with the 144. And that gives you 384 feet squared is our surface area. So, let you copy down the rest of that. This part right here, what I want you to pay attention to, when we take half of 480, you don't have to take half of 480. You could take half of 48, or you could take half of 10 and then multiply by the other number. For instance, if I took half of 48 half of 48 is 24, and then if I multiply 24 times 10, that's 240, which matches up to that right there. So most people like to go ahead and multiply it and then divide it by 2. Just be careful that you're not taking half of this number right there. You don't want to do that. You don't want to take half of 144. We're only taking half of one of the numbers on the left side, or once we get the answer to that left side, such as 480, then divide that by 2. So, all right, let's move on to another problem. All right, let's find the surface area of this square pyramid. Okay, in fact, I want you to do this one on your own. So, the formula is surface area equals, got to make a mistake, 1/2 uppercase P times cursive L plus uppercase B. And over here, I'm going to just put the P, the cursive L, and the uppercase B. And all you have to do is fill in. So if you will finish this part, please. And if you will complete this formula and figure out the surface area, and I'm going to highlight this part over here that you'll fill in. So I did one problem with you with a square pyramid. Now I want you to do the other part of it. All right, now let's do this one. We have a triangular pyramid. All right, so we're going to work through this triangular pyramid together. So our surface area formula is surface area equals 1/2 uppercase P times cursive L plus uppercase B. And over here, I'm going to have the different components that I need. All right, just looking at it, I know my slant height, the cursive L, is at 10. The perimeter of the triangle, it says that it's a regular triangle. So a regular triangle, this word right here, means that all sides are equal. So on this triangle, on the bottom, all sides are equal. And it tells us that it's 6, so that means each side measures 6. So that's 6 plus 6 plus 6, which gives you 18. So our uppercase P is 16. Our cursive L is 10. Now the area of the base, since it's a triangle, the formula for the area of a triangle, as we all know, is 1/2 base times height. So what I have to do is I have to figure out the base and height of that triangle. Here's the base of the triangle. That's the height of the triangle, that dotted line right there. So our base is 6. And our height is 5.2. Okay, so I can take half of 6 if I want to, first of all, which is what I'm going to do. So half of 6 is 3. So I'm going to multiply 3 times 5.2. And when you multiply 5.2 times 3, you get 15.6. So our surface area for this triangle is, I'm getting ahead. Not surface area, but our area of the base is 15.6. Glad I caught that. All right, so let's now go back over here. And let's figure out the actual surface area. Now I made that little mistake, and it's something easy to do. You forget to do the other components of the formula. All right, so we're now going to fill in the formula. 1/2, our uppercase P, the perimeter is 18. Our slant height is 10. And our area of the triangle base is 15.6. So let's now do 18 times 10, which is 180. So I have 1/2 times 180 plus 15.6, and I'm going to just leave it without parentheses. And if I take half of 180, divide 180 by 2, that gives you 90. So 90 plus 15.6 gives you 105.6 feet, or centimeters squared. So our answer to this one is 105.6 centimeters squared. And that's for a regular triangular pyramid. All right? So what I want you to do is work through this square one. It's not a triangular pyramid, it's just a square pyramid. So if you'll do that one, if you'll do this one, and if you'll do these two, and if you'll do these two, and then if you will work through this right here. Except don't worry about that particular IXL assignment. I'm going to have another one up on the board for you. And also, don't worry about this. This is some extra stuff. So you'll focus on this now.